Corey Pritchard, and I'm the head financial engineer with True Financial Engineering located in Dayton, Ohio. And I specialize in designing storehouses of wealth. And this is our Let's Talk About Life series. This is part number 3. Just want to take a moment to talk about a few things, again, that you may or may not have heard about life insurance. And again, I guess I had a thing that I put up and I had to remember, and I said life versus death, right? And I actually have a little logo that I came up with. And for most of us, the only thing we hear about or think about when it comes to life insurance is the death benefit. Okay, it becomes a morbid conversation. It also is a one-sided conversation where the only thing that the person is thinking about is the actual insured, their death. Okay, when their life actually ends, and it's totally fixed on that, when the reality is that there's so much that's available in life insurance and most of us have never ever even heard of. Okay, so again, my job is just to try to come to you, just to share some of these truths with you. And again, if you don't want to work with me or access the benefits through our company or the contracts that we have, it's no big deal. But don't forfeit your rights. These are your rights given by the government. Again, I said I encourage you to go to irs.gov and actually pull up the rights as far as the way that they view life insurance. You can talk to a tax professional, and it's sad, many of the tax professionals, people that are trained and certified CPAs and different things like that, I'm not sure if they even really understand the true benefits of the tax provision that's provided by life insurance. I believe if they did, then they really would encourage more of their clients to utilize it and take full advantage of what's available for life insurance. So in today's segment, what I want to do is touch on parents that are looking to save money for education, for college expenses, maybe for private school, should be saving for what's the word, for braces. So thinking for orthodontics is what I was thinking about, orthodontics. These things are very expensive. And to be honest with you, the sad thing is, for most parents, they've only been given a 529 plan as an option. At best, there may be some other plan that I'm not aware of, but the most popular plan that I hear about is a 529 plan. So it's a case where for parents who are really aware that there are needs that will present themselves in the future with the rising cost of education, both private school and universities, or they're aware, that again, there could be a cost for, say, like dentistry that's not going to be covered by their group health insurance plan. So you're trying to get ahead of that. The challenge is that the plans that I see available, to be honest, I'm not happy with. I'm not happy with those. I've never been thrilled about 529 plans. And again, I've never really heard of many other plans. I just recently found a plan that's offered through a company that I believe is maybe a better option, maybe than a 529 plan, but still I'm not really that excited about it. And the reason why I say I'm not that excited about it is because I've spent years, okay, since 2012, looking for the best of the best. And so I'm if anybody knows me, that knows I'm a real big researcher. I deal with truth as much as possible. I really don't have time for philosophies that have not been proven. I really don't have time for things that people have not in their own lives actually applied. I appreciate knowledge, don't get me wrong, okay, but I appreciate more applied knowledge, somebody actually taking something that they've learned, applying it into their individual life, and then coming back to me with statistics about how that's working out for their life. Okay, so I'm really big about that. So with all of that being said, then me as a parent, I have 3 children. Okay, I have an 8-year-old son, I have a 5-year-old daughter and an 8-month-old daughter. Okay, I'm telling you things that I'm thinking about for myself. So I'm not going to share anything with you that I haven't already proven, okay, and I'm not already doing in my life. So when I looked at that, then what I wanted to make sure that I could do is I wanted to find out what is the best situation in building a legacy, right? I don't want to pigeonhole myself or make a narrow-minded approach to my children's future. I don't want to do that, okay? To be honest with you, even if I saved up, hundreds of thousands of dollars for college, I'm not really a huge fan of the way that we're doing education or so-called education. Not a huge fan of that. So I'm not saying that I would spend, hundreds of thousands of dollars for my children's education to go to college. I'm not saying they won't go to college, but I'm saying I don't know if I would do that. So I'm not going to say for myself that I'm going to put that amount of resources into a plan, a 529 plan or something similar that says I have to use it for my child's education or a child's education, and I can't use it to buy their house, right? What if I decide that my child, instead of going to college or in addition to going to college, that they're going to start a business, and I need $100,000 to be able to start that business as a seed, and now I got this money that I can't access for starting a business. I'm not okay with that. What if I decide that, for my child, at the age of 10, 10 or 15, maybe 18, I say, hey, we're going to start buying some properties. What if I want to use some of that money and go ahead and buy a rental property, a fourplex or, a commercial property or whatever it is. And I say, hey, we're going to learn how to do this thing together. And I buy that property and I allow my child to manage it to have a passive income, right? So it's just all of these things that I think about. So when I say that what I'm saying to you as parents and grandparents is that life insurance is a great place for you to look at, to be able to have money that you can actually store up that grows at a very strong interest rate. You can access that money, right, at any time. It doesn't have to be with the 59 and a half rule, being 59, your age 59 and a half, which I'm not sure what that is, but 59 and a half. So 60 years old, you don't have to do that. You don't have to have some kind of life emergency, qualifying life event in order to access the money. You don't have to do any of that. Having full access to the cash that's available for the whole life of your child. Like, how beautiful is it to think about starting a plan where you can have this money that's storing up, earning a strong interest rate, and then when you're ready to access it, if it's before age or the 10th year of the policy, then you pay a 0.5% interest. Go into a bank and say, hey, I want to borrow $100,000 and I want you to charge me a 0.5% interest. See how that goes. And I'm not sure, maybe there are banks that offer that, but I don't know of any banks that do that, especially if they don't base it on your credit score. Being able to go into your own policy, to be able to take a loan that's available. And again, and not checking your credit score. And the way that happens is they use your actual cash as collateral. So you're not even taking a loan from, say, the life insurance company. What they're going to do is, are taking the money directly from yourself. They're actually going to take the cash that you have inside your policy, say if it's $100,000, and they're actually going to use that as collateral to loan you money. And in many cases, you could actually have that money that's inside the policy continuing to earn an interest rate where you could actually take the full, if you had $100,000, you could take the full $100,000 out of the policy. And if you chose to, if the market is strong, you can let that $100,000 still earn interest. Okay, so say if the life insurance company is charging, in different policies, say if they were charging like 4% interest, you take $100,000 out, they charge you 4% interest. Well, what if over that time, then the market actually returned 8% interest, right? Then it's crazy to think about. You could actually earn 4% on $100,000 that literally you didn't even really have in the account. And that's just stuff that I've had happen in the world of life insurance that you could actually do. It's a realistic thing. So for parents that are looking for an opportunity to be able to store money up for private school, for emergencies, for your child, maybe for marriage, for their first house, for them starting a business and going into entrepreneurship, just storing up money for the future of your child, then I encourage you to really take a serious look at life insurance. Okay, there's multiple types of life insurance that I could get into, but just know that you could do that, earn a strong interest rate, never have to worry about a risk of loss. You still have that benefit of having the death benefit. Lord forbid if something happens to your child, that you can have the benefit, making sure you have more than enough money to take care of the funeral expenses. You can still take that money and maybe use it towards another child and funding their dreams, or doing some things that you need to do. So it's just a lot of opportunity. And I think that when we're talking about something as planning for the future of our children, the last thing that actually gets on the table is life insurance. To be honest with you, it never comes up in the conversation that I'm aware of, other than somebody buying life insurance for the death of the child. So with all that being said, that if you have any questions about that particular thing. If you have any questions about life insurance, you feel free to go to my YouTube channel. And again, this is my logo. You can actually subscribe. If you see the logo, you can type in my name, which is Corey Pritchard, and you can look for the logo, True Financial Engineering. Subscribe, of course, look at all the videos that's there. You can also visit our website at www.truefinancialengineering.com. So with all that being said, I look forward to having more conversations with you about life. Have a great day.